Hello and welcome back to another episode of almost said Skyblock with Tuesday shirt. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. And this tag's gonna go up right before I can go in that door, isn't it? Yep. That is one thing that's kind of annoying. I don't think it happens too often. In the other cases, it's a puzzle you have to do. Instead of, you know, just, now you cannot enter the door. But anyway, moving on, we have sort of a new enemy type. It's like yellow chew. These chews do not have, whoops, they do not have an of course, they obviously are made more difficult to fight by, whoops, to place that down. They're made more difficult to fight against when the water goes up. Anyway, there's not a whole lot. This room is literally a dead end. In fact, I believe you can go through the entire dungeon without ever entering this room. But the dungeon map's in here. So if you want that, obviously you ought to come in here. And guess that would make this the second oh, good night. Okay. Good tactic to these guys is boomerang. Also, what I was trying to say earlier and I forgot about is that these guys don't have their own individual words. I can't think of words. They don't have their own individual chew jelly. That's right. Yeah, sometimes words just escape me. Oh, I didn't actually throw anything. That's weird. But I'll take it. Alright, so now we've finally gotten that nuisance out of the way. It's kind of loud in here. Oh, poo. But, apparently, this room has kind of a illogical, whoops, guess I can't go that way right now. Illogical little thing that happens here. Hopefully I can get all the way over there before the water goes back up. Alright, I made it. Anyway. Oh, we're gonna get hurt. Anyway. Oh, never mind. It's not illogical. I thought for a moment there that the box didn't break when you do that. But I was wrong. Anyway. Waiting for the water to raise and lower kind of gets... oh, poo. Kind of gets on your nerves a little bit. It's not too bad though. Truthfully. Right there we get more bombs and a heart to replenish the one we had lost. And over here I do believe there's another chest. Go! Push it! Maybe I'm wrong, but hopefully I'm not. Oh, I'm wrong. Oh well. Oh, it was worth our time. Let's actually check how many joy pendants we have at this point. 16. I want to get 4 more before we return to Windfall. Yeah, I was about to pull out my sail. You know, that doesn't work and everything. Stupid, did I just bump off nothing that was really there? Anyway, you can get over there by blowing up those, oh, great, that's just lovely. Up. These guys don't glow. All that weird, that's not supposed to be there. Okay. Graphical glitches are strange. I don't know, maybe it's weird. Did that really just not work because he's... Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, that's odd. No, don't steal my controls so you can show me that again. We have something that goes there, but we're not quite... Can't quite tell you what that is yet, because we haven't gotten to it. Anyway, what you want to do here is pick up these boxes. And dang you piece of dump. Gosh, that's one thing they could have done and have done better in other games. Anyway, as I was saying, stealing your controls to show you every single time that the bridge is being made and destroyed. I was like, if I've already seen it, I really don't need to see that that's what it does again. Oh, never mind. It was just happening that time. But the door does happen outside every time. And so here you can see the kind of the gimp. No, that's not what I want to do. The kind of gimmick to this this area, and that is raising and lowering water that changes things. Whoops! Just bumped my headset. You didn't hear anything. Anyway. Possibly could have made that, but I didn't want to, you know, make it halfway across and then have to come back. It would have wasted a little more time than it would have saved. Anyway, moving along, I must say one of the more annoying, once again with that weird glitch. Anyway. Place that, it opens it. So we can move along through there. Let's take a quick look at our map. See that this is quite a complex little place. It's not quite as big as our last dungeon, but our last dungeon was big mostly because it had one really big room in the middle. It was all one room. This place is a tower that stretches up, and there's actually, I believe, additional space. Yeah, there's additional space up even higher than those things we see there. The water's gonna go down right before I can, yep, right before I can get it. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do to fix those glitches. I would say we saw something similar to that, but not quite as bad somewhere else. Apparently hitting them kind of fixes it for both of them. That's just kind of odd, but it's nothing we can't live with. I think it's just a little bit of a glitch in the cell shading. Which, for those of you who don't know what cell shading is, it's these really simple sprites. As you can tell, the sprites, textures on everything, well, all the characters are not very detailed. You know, it's mostly a flat color, but then it's dynamically shaded. So, hence the term cell shading. So it makes up for a lack of, well, at least it used to. Nowadays it's not so much well, no, I say nowadays. Current games, it's not really, cell shading doesn't isn't something that they do because they can't do fancy graphics. It's usually more. If you've seen Super Mario Galaxy 1 or 2, Super Mario Galaxy is cel shaded, and it's not because they don't crap. It's not because they couldn't do any better graphics, and so that was what they went with. Well, really, no cel shaded game is like that, but typically a crap that sucks. Climb. Typically a cel shaded game is, yeah, I had a feeling that wasn't gonna work. I want to know why the crap he rolled into that one though. Kind of wastes our time. But anyway, cel shading is kind of keep pressing the wrong button. Thinking of other Zelda games. Anyway, cel shading is Toby. The cel shading in the other games, and also, sorry, this is taking longer than it should. He shouldn't have rolled into that one. That kind of wasted a lot of our time. But cel shading, the cel shading in Super Mario Galaxy is basically the game doesn't have these super simple models. Super Mario Galaxy had some very, very good looking stuff. I guess it was kind of a simple design, but Mario has always had a simple design. People kind of complained about cel shading in a Zelda game because apparently some people believe Zelda is supposed to be this realistic game. Why? Oh. Well, we actually don't have any sticks left up there. Well, I can get one back up there, but I need to do too many other things in the meantime. Hopefully I can make... Oh, dang it! We're just having our time absolutely wasted today. Guess it gives me more time to talk about cel shading, but people complain about this game's art style. Really, what I would like to tell to anyone, please grab the box. Grab the dang box. Yeah, please. Wow! Why did you drop the stick? I think anyone will tell you, anyone in the world will tell you that you don't have to drop a stick to swim. It is not hard to swim with a stick in your hand. Should have just ran out earlier. This is stupid. Anyway. People complain about the art style of this game because apparently Zelda is supposed to be some highly realistic game. I don't see why. The original games were 8-bit. No realism there. The only game that came out... The only games that came out before this one were based on anime, Japanese anime, but due to low polygon count, they didn't really look anything like what the vision was. Why did you throw your boomerang through the one? Again? Why? Anyway, because of low polygon counts, the original vision for what they wanted it to look like, I'm gonna say screw these guys, we've wasted enough time in this room. Their original vision obviously couldn't be accomplished on the N64's graphics processor. So, where people get the idea that it's supposed to be this fancy looking game, I'm not really sure. It's some sort of illusion, some people believe. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I heard it before, and yeah, that's just that little tower. This water's kind of annoying, it's making us go around. But anyway, also, don't waste your bombs. These three don't go into three different places. They all go the same. But they'll go the same place. There's just three of them that you could possibly go through. Please, please grab it. Please. Well then, anyway. This game really, if you look at all the stuff, I mean, just look at his expression. That expression would not fit in a realistic Zelda experience. Well, granted, yes, they've done a few. They had an HD Goma, I think it was Goma, battle. I do believe it was Goma, yeah. And not the Goma we saw in this game, the Goma from Ocarina of Time. A giant arachnid Goma. But, well, yes, they've done it. They never do the same game twice. It's just not how they make their games. They don't want to do what Call of Duty does, basically, and make the same game 5 times. Well, 5 is definitely not enough to number how many games Call of Duty's made. But besides the point. Anyway, this game's visuals just would not fit. High definition visuals would not fit this game well because of what this game is and what it was supposed to be. Instead of, it was not meant to be some realistic game. This is a bubble. It's a recurring enemy from many other Zelda games. Yeah, bubble is a weird name for an enemy, but it's slightly confusing because there are actually some games where you fight actual bubbles, like air-filled things, you know what bubbles are. But with that we get the compass, and this is kind of an annoying room. We have to come back for that. Oh well, I kind of did it out of order. Never mind. I forgot, we have a key. We went and got that key, if you remember. So, we can unlock this door. I was thinking the key was in there for some reason. But anyway, once again, this is a low room, so it's going to fill up with water, making fighting those guys a pain in the butt. And, well, let's continue on with what I was saying. A lot of people also complained that the cell shading in this game was laziness, that they had the power to make a much more visually impressive game. Wow. 2 of each, that's kind of nice. If I could swim the right way. Anyway, you want to make sure to run like the dickens with this, because if you drop it in the water, it returns to that spot up there. Anyway, we made it in plenty of time. Ugh. Alright, and that opens up another little pathway. Also, but normal art. There's actually something we want to come back to this room for later, once we get a certain something. For people who've played Zelda, you probably noticed it on the wall in that last room. But anyway, continuing on. This game, in my opinion, is a really good Legend of Zelda game. I mean, it mostly follows, with, you know, differences just to keep it fresh. Follows the typical Legend of Zelda gameplay. It's a really nice addition to the story, which so far you haven't really seen much of the story. Since Hyrule was stolen, all we've really done is run from one dungeon to another. But that'll be changing pretty soon. Okay, we have nothing to deal with that in the middle, and that is a Beamo statue. Ah, pooey. No, I was forgetting something. What you want to do in here is take one of these statues and run across. Ow. Unfortunately, these jerks can. Coughing way too much. Of course not. And I take another heart of damage because I'm daring. These guys can only be taken out one way. Oh my goodness, you were past. If you didn't just stand there holding it. Okay, you have made this room impossible at this point. Thank you. I'm so glad you did that. Now, you faggot. Get your eye out of my way. Anyway. If you can get all the way across in one run without being unlucky like that, it's not hard to dodge them. It's just apparently that guy shot me directly the very first time, which almost never happens as long as you move, because they, as you saw, they take a while to charge up their little laser. Ugh. One of the things that's also broken in this game, a little bit, though I'm pretty sure it's not something that is exclusive to this game. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing that happened in earlier games as well, is that pressing B doesn't mean swing sword. If you don't have it out, he's only going to pull it out, which means you may press B to defend yourself from something that's about to hit you and end up doing nothing more than swinging your sword, pulling your sword out of its sheath. Okay, this platform's not on accidentally. Pretty sure we'll be back to that in a few minutes. Anyway, we've got some pots in here, which will help us out. I do believe the first time I came here, I still had, you know, the 200 wallet, and so I ended up having no way to gather all these rupees at all. If you're following along, it is an extremely good idea to get that bigger wallet as soon as you possibly can. Okay, yeah, there's nothing to do there at the moment. We'll be back for that though. Anyway. That means it's gonna be back. Please don't. Oh. Well, in the meantime, I'm gonna stop your stupidness. Okay. Yep. Oh. I think I'm thinking ahead a little bit. Yep, I'm thinking ahead a little bit. Also, as you can see there, it had a parry chance right there. Don't ever take that chance with a blue or a yellow chew. Because no matter what, if you strike a chew while it is it's doing things. Can't even think. So this is another little thing you can tell these statues by pressing R to follow you. We're actually getting close on time, so I think here in a minute we're actually going to end this video. I'll do about 2 minutes, yeah. I actually think it's a bit longer than that we have left to go. But yeah, don't just jump across and expect it to make it with you. You have to pick it up. A lot of people don't really think of that, and they're just like, hop, hop, up. Yeah. Once again, I've told you before, but I was thinking ahead when I drug that little guy along with us. But anyway, it moves along to the statue, and we're about to get a little thing. Anyway. And with that, we get a song statue thing, pedestal, whatever you want to call it. But I feel like I was talking about something and didn't finish it. What was I saying? Oh well, I'll figure it out later. Or just ignore it, and I'll add it in annotations if I need to. Command melody, and we open the next door. And this guy actually talks to us. We can wait beyond the doors. Control them and guide them to their places of truth to open the path to the gods. And this thing just disappears. Anyway, so as you can see, there are 3 more pedestals here, which means 3 more statues. But anyway, with that, we are going to end this off here. If there was something, if I forgot to finish something back there, I'll add it in annotations, or maybe just talk about it in the next video if it's something really long. But anyway, as usual, I hope you are enjoying the series, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.